Washington with that vote by the House stripping Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of her committee assignments for her support of those baseless conspiracy theories. Congressional correspondent Rachel Scott has the very latest on all of this. And Rachel, 11 Republicans breaking ranks and joining those Democrats.
They did, Cecilia, and Greene did try to defend her reputation, but she did not apologize. So the House taking this rare step, kicking her off of those committees just weeks into her first session in Congress.
This morning, an unprecedented punishment. The House voting to strip Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene from her 2 committee posts. Retribution for past remarks spreading extremist views and endorsing violence.
This today is about a member's words and actions that are beneath this body.
Democrats say they had no choice but to act after Republican leadership failed to do anything to discipline Greene, calling her words dangerous, using her own Facebook post to argue their case.
AR-15, squad's worst nightmare.
So I ask my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, when they take this vote, imagine your faces on this poster. Imagine it's a Democrat with the AR-15. Imagine what your response would be.
The vote split almost entirely along party lines, with 11 Republicans crossing the aisle to support Greene's removal. But hours before that decision, Greene took to the House floor in a last-ditch effort to defend her reputation. The words "free speech" printed on her face mask. She accused Democrats of trying to crucify her in the public square.
These were words of the past, and these things do not represent me.
She did not apologize, but she did try to walk back some of her past comments, like the time she speculated that a plane never flew into the Pentagon on 9/11.
It's odd there's never any evidence shown for a plane in the Pentagon.
Greene now says this.
9/11 absolutely happened.
She once implied the school shootings at Sandy Hook and Parkland were staged events. But now,
school shootings are absolutely real.
Greene also promoted the wild and false conspiracy theories put forward by QAnon.
Q is a patriot. He is someone that is very much loves his country, and he's on the same page as us.
Now a much different story.
I was allowed to believe things that weren't true, and I would ask questions about them and talk about them. And that is absolutely what I regret.
One past statement Greene did not address: the time she suggested House Speaker Nancy Pelosi could be executed for treason.
It's a crime punishable by death, is what treason is. Nancy Pelosi is guilty of treason.
We spoke to Greene's constituents back in Georgia, watching as that vote played out in Washington.
She made some pretty despicable remarks.
I stand up for her. I stand up for her beliefs.
And 3 of those Republicans who voted against Greene represent districts in South Florida where parents were outraged over her false comments about the Parkland school shooting, Cecilia.
Yeah, and Rachel, it was a really late night for lawmakers there. Just a short time ago, they moved finally on the president's nearly $2 trillion COVID relief package. But it did not contain what the White House had been pushing for, that $15 an hour minimum wage.
Yeah, and this will be a blow to President Biden's plan to try and raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Republicans pushing back against this, saying that it would devastate small businesses during a pandemic. This marathon voting session went on for 15 hours. It just wrapped not too long ago. Democrats did move forward on that resolution that would allow them to get through this COVID relief package without any Republican support. Vice President Kamala Harris casting the tie-breaking vote for the first time. Cecilia?
Rachel Scott on the Hill for us this morning. Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.